Hola, estudiantes míos, soy señorita Schaefer y hoy vamos a hablar de la gramática de capítulo 6a y vamos a hablar de making comparisons. La información que estoy presentando aquí está en página 278 si quieres verla allá. La pregunta de la lección hoy es, how do I compare two things in Spanish? And you've already learned a little bit how to say más que, but we're going to expand on that. So please go ahead and write this question at the top of your papers and then leave some room where you can answer it when we're done. All right, so you've already learned más que. Más que means more, ... than. So I could say yo soy, I am more blank than mi hermana. I'm more blank than mi hermana. Now, it depends on what you want to say, but whatever this adjective is, it must agree with this person out front. So I am a girl, and I'm one girl. So I'm going to make sure that my adjective is singular and feminine. Okay? So I could say, yo soy más inteligente que mi hermana. I am more intelligent than my sister. Now, because inteligente doesn't end in an A, it's okay that we didn't change it. But let's try another one. Okay, I might say, yo soy más bonita. And because I am a girl, bonita needs to end in an A. Now you say, okay, but mi hermana is feminine and singular too. Let's change it. Let's say that instead we're talking about mi hermano. Yo soy más bonita que mi hermano. We're still going to use that feminine form because we're talking about me. Menos que is the exact same thing, except it means less ... than. So I could say, mi madre es menos, let's say alta. Mi madre es menos alta que mi padre. My mom is less tall than my dad, or she is shorter than my dad. But we can replace this with anything we want. Mi madre es menos paciente que mi padre. Mi madre es menos deportista que mi padre, etc. Okay, but remember that if we were to change this sentence around, let's erase some of this real quick, and change it around and put something masculine in the front so we can see how that would look. Okay, so if I wanted to say instead, mi padre es menos blank que mi madre, I could leave paciente and I could leave deportista because neither one of those changes based on masculine or feminine. But if I'm putting mi padre up front, and maybe I want to say my father is less short than my mom, or he is taller que mi madre, I would need to make sure that my adjective in the middle here is masculine because it's talking about mi padre. The other thing that I want to talk about today is some words that have their own comparative forms. Like in English, we wouldn't say I am more gooder than you, right? We would say I am better than you, or we wouldn't say I am more bad than you. We would say I am worse than you. So we have words that have their own meanings. In Spanish, it's a lot of the same words. So the adjectives bueno, which means good, malo, which means bad, viejo, which means old, and joven, which means young. And then the adverbs bien and mal, like well and poorly, have their own comparative forms. Más and menos are not used with these words. So for example, I would not say yo soy más bueno, right? Just like in English, I wouldn't say I am more gooder. Instead, I would say yo soy mejor que mi hermano. I'm better than my brother. Or mi gato es peor que mi perro. My cat is worse than my dog. One way that I like to remember mayor and mejor kind of sound alike, and lots of times people mix them up. I remember that mayor means older because the mayor is older than we are. And then I remember that menor means younger because it kind of sounds like minor, like someone who's a minor is younger. Maybe those hints can help you as well. The last thing that I want to talk about with these ideas today is that mejor, peor, mayor, and menor have plural forms that end in es. Now remember, these adjectives in the middle have to agree with whatever comes first, but these words, none of them end in an A or O, so we don't have to worry about gender. However, we do need to worry about whether it's singular or plural. So if we wanted to say my CDs are better than your CDs, we would say mis discos compactos son mejores que sus discos compactos. Remember, this needs to agree with the word here. Let's do one more example. Mis hermanos son blank que yo. Okay, I already have my K there, so I won't add it again. And I could really fill this in with a lot of options. My brothers are older than I am. Son mayores. Now, yo is singular, but that doesn't matter because what we're doing is making sure that this adjective matches with mis hermanos. So we could say mis hermanos son mayores que yo. We could also say that they're younger. Son menores que yo. We could say that they're worse. Son peores que yo. Or that they're better. Son mejores que yo. Just make sure that that adjective there agrees with the subject that comes at the beginning of the sentence. So as we finish up today, let's move back to our primary question. How do I compare two things in Spanish? And we learned a couple of ways to do this. So I would go ahead and write, if I were you, más que / menos que. And then I would write down the 4 other words that we learned. Mejor. Let's do peor. Sorry. Put those in the same order as we learned them. Mayor and menor. I would also mark down that for these you can have plus es if it's plural, and that the comparative word or the adjective in the middle of that equation must agree with the first noun. Okay, and as you finish up today, I would like for you to please write 2 comparisons on your own paper, comparing either your family or things in your room. I want for you to do that. That's part of your homework, please. And if you have any questions, please go ahead and write them down so that you remember to ask them when we come back to class. Gracias y adiós.